The numbers on the outside of the parentheses are your R1 and R2. And the angles that they give you here is theta 1, so that's another theta 1, and theta 2. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to multiply R1 times R2, since this is a product. Okay? So that gives you 8 because it's 2 times 4. Got it?
Wait, hold up.
Now, to get theta, you do theta 1 plus theta 2. So the first one's multiplication, but the thetas are addition. So that's pi over 2 plus pi over 3. The way you do this is that's 1/2 pi and 1/3 pi. You add 1/2 and 1/3 together and you get 5/6 pi. So 5 pi over 6. You follow me? So now you have an 8 parentheses cosine of 5 pi over 6 plus I sine of 5 pi over 6. Now you're going to go to your unit circle, and 5/6 pi is on the second quadrant. It's 150 degrees. So what is the cosine of 5/6 pi? Should be a negative number.
Negative radical 3 over 2.
And the sine of 5 pi over 6 should be 1/2.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? And now you're going to put in the 8, multiply the 8 by both of those, and that's going to be negative 4 root 3, because 8 over 2 is 4, plus 4i. So we have R1 and R2 is the 21 and the 3, and the theta 1 and theta 2 is the 7 pi over 6 and the 4 pi over 3. So in multiplication, we multiplied R1 times R2. What do we do for division? Divide. So 21 divided by 3 equals 7. And for the thetas, we added them in multiplication. What do you think you do in division?
Subtract them.
You subtract them. So 7 pi over 6 minus 4 pi over 3 equals negative 1/6 pi. And if you don't like negative radians, that turns into 11 pi over 6 when you add 2 to negative 1/6. So here we have 7 times cosine of 11 pi over 6 plus I sine of 11 pi over 6. Now we use our unit circles. What is the cosine of 11 pi over 6? Radical 3 over 2. And then you have an I, and the sine of 11 pi over 6 is negative 1/2.
Yes, ma'am.
So you multiply those together. And now we put in, oh, that's not a 3, it's a 7. Hold on. So then now we distribute in the 7. And we get 7 root 3 over 2 minus 7/2 I. And that's your final answer.